Today's segment is going to be drawing fouls. As a wing player, drawing fouls is your best friend. It takes so much pressure off you to make so many more shots if you can get to the free throw line consistently and make up points by just getting the free throw line and making your free throws. All right, there are so many different ways you can get to the free throw line and draw fouls, and we're going to cover those today. The first one I want to talk about is initiating contact. On drives, there's so many players at all levels that I see that they sort of angle away from contact. On drives, you have to initiate contact. You have to get your shoulders and your elbows and your hips into your defender when you get them on their hips on your hips on drives. All right, you got to be able to initiate that contact to get those foul calls. The more times you shy away from contact, it's just the defense just puts you at a bad place. You got to be aggressive. You got to initiate that contact on drives, and it's going to help. Using your fakes before and after drives. You're going to find that defenders are very undisciplined. All right. Any fake you throw them, especially after the drive, and you'll see in this video how much it works, they're going to leave their feet. And the more times they leave their feet, the more times you can draw fouls on them. So those fakes before and after drives are very important to your development and growth. All right, be aggressive. The more times you're aggressive, the defenders are going to be uncomfortable with it. Okay, the more times that they're going to have to back up and get on their heels, and then they have to draw fouls and wrap you up. The more times you're just aggressive, initiating that contact and aggressive on drives, the more fouls you're gonna sell. And then selling the contact and win the Oscar with the referee. You got to sell it sometimes, even if it's marginal contact. Flail your arms up, yell, scream, and then just sell that contact. All right, just win the Oscar and sell it to the referee. Here are the players that we're going to use in today's video: Brandon Ingram, Jason Tatum, Bradley Beal, LeBron James, Kawhi Leonard, and Chris Middleton. All right, let's dive in and let's go to work. First player we're going to look at is Bradley Beal and how he draws fouls. You see on that play, we're talking about it in various videos, as he drives. All right, stop right here. Watch it go slow. Watch him get that shoulder into his defender, drawing the foul. See, again, he goes overboard to try to get it, but he still gets it. He doesn't shy away from the contact. He gets right in there. Now, a lot of dribbling here, but he sells his point. Obviously, you want to initiate and you want to take advantage of that mismatch. All right, he gets there. Now stop. Now the weak side's going to come over. You got Mitchell Robinson coming over, which is one of the best shot blockers in the league. But he comes over and he makes it a point to get him up in the air and then get into that body and draw the foul. Okay, again, whenever you see a big come up, they're going to try, especially a shot blocker, they're going to be overly anxious to get their shot block. So again, it comes in, all right, hangs in, and makes contact. Okay, on this, wasn't a lot of contact, but he did the smart thing. As he drives, he switches hands. Instead of finishing right, going right, he's going right, pulls the ball to the left hand, all right, and makes sure that the defender goes across his body to get the foul. Pretty smart move. Again, does two great things on this. All right, good change of speed, all right. Initiates contact right there, and then as the defender comes up, he gets him up, uses the fake. Remember we talked about fake after drives? This is a great example. Gets him up, draws the foul, and one. Now we'll take a look at Brandon Ingram. Same thing, all right. Uses the dribble to get to the basket. Draws fouls twice on that play, but again, doesn't shy away from the contact. Right there, comes in, initiates it with with his left side. All right, gets to the Euro, and then he actually draws it again. But making contact and initiating contact. All right, so here he has a switch with DeAndre Jordan. Gets it back. And again, DeAndre trying to be a little cute on this, but it is probably more DeAndre than Brandon drawing the foul. But being aggressive, getting close to DeAndre. He actually angles him away from the basket, away from a good angle, but uses his body and pushes him out of bounds. Foul. Again, those fakes after drives. I told you, defenders are not very disciplined, especially after drives. All right, they're so juiced up to try to get to that ball, either a shot block or a contest, that they're going to leave their feet. All right, they lack discipline that way. So again, draws contact right here, makes his move, spin, that little fake. Instead of just going for the hook or the layup, uses a fake, gets defenders up, and then it's foul just going to happen. Here again, being patient, wait, fake, foul. Always get that defender up, especially big guys. Porzingis is a very good shot blocker. He wants to get his hands on as many balls as he can. All right, he comes in. He doesn't take the shot right away. He comes in. Let's slow it down. All right, gets him on his hip. Doesn't go for it. Pivots. That fake. Gets to the free throw line. Let's take a look at Jason Tatum. Here, this is Harden just sort of being a little, I don't know if it's frustration or whatnot, but using that left elbow on him, but gets him on his heels, tries to initiate contact with the left, with that left shoulder, and then the push at the end, foul. But again, just initiating contact and not shying away from it. Did a very good job on that. Good. This is a classic thing right here. All right. High screen and roll with two perimeter players. Forces a switch and just rolls him to the top. Good. Just being physical, just using his body. Drives it, gets his left into him. All right. Initiates the foul. Initiate contact. Another elbow isolation. Drives. Sells it. Probably sells it a little bit more than there was a foul. All right. Uses his body. Very physical on the left side. Doesn't shy away from it. That's what you're trying to do. Just get to the free throw line. Get to the free throw line. Put your head down sometimes and just drive it. Again, there's that switch we're talking about. The 1-3 switch. And whenever you have somebody with their hand above like that, you got to sell it. I know that sometimes it's a lot of cheap fouls being called with that, but that's just blatant. Hands on top, hands is in his space, just go up with it. Classic foul. All right, so let's take a look at Kawhi Leonard. Does two great things here, and we'll cover post-ups for wing players, in a couple of classes from now. But on the post-up, the defender's going to follow two things. It's going to follow your moving foot and where the ball is. So as he opens up, Danny Green opens up to the middle. Danny Green opens up and shifts to his left, opening up his drive baseline. As he drives, he doesn't angle towards the basket. He angles the first step towards the basket, and then the Danny. Gets the contact, up, foul. Now, I don't know who they called the foul on that time because Davis could have got him too, but again, does a great job with opening his defender up, driving him, initiating the contact, and then getting the free throw line. Good. Again, first things first, initiate contact. Just be physical. Open them up, put your head down, drive them, and initiate that contact. Very good. And plus, there's a little, his hand's a little bit in the cookie jar right there anyway, but again, uses his left side, left shoulder, left arm, and it gets to the free throw line. It's all about drawing fouls and getting to the free throw line when they're going to be close to you. You got to initiate contact. Drive. Again, as we slow it down, look at Gay's hand right there. Just a little undisciplined. Looking at it for If you're looking at it on the defensive side, trying to show your hands and get them up a little bit. If your hands are low like that, your first sense of what to do if someone drives at you aggressively is to put your hands up again. But when your hands are low, they could initiate the foul like Kawhi did right here. Elbow ISO again, just being aggressive. All right, we talked about how just being aggressive sometimes is going to get you foul calls. Comes here. All right, spin. And then he has nothing he can do. I mean, DeRozan tries, but nothing he could do right there. Has to foul him just from being aggressive. So let's take a look at Chris Middleton. Again, elbow ISO, which a lot of these are. Talked about it. Fake after drives. They're going to be overly sensitive, most defenders, like I'm talking about, faking after drive. With that little fake, we'll put it on the floor. That fake is going to get Batum up. And then once they leave their feet, I mean, it's either open drive or getting to the free throw line. You got to take your pick. But, I mean, again, getting them out of their stance is very important. Sometimes you got to dribble. Again, foul, fake after the drive. That's why you got to work on this. You got to continue to work on your fakes before and after drives because look what it opens up. All right, foul on the 2. So again, on the open up on the post, he moves his defender to the left. All right, and then boom, that little fake. They're going to leave their feet. I'm telling you, at least 80% of the time, you can get them to leave their feet. We talked about that little switch on the high pick and roll. When they switch, just roll them to the elbow and punish them. Again, uses his body. Talking about that fake after drive. It works almost every time. It's just something that you should put in your game today. Good. Get him up, step through. Get to the line. All right, now we'll take a look at LeBron. Again, just being physical. That was decent defense, actually, by Morris, but on the drive, look at him. Doesn't shy away from the contact. Just gets right into him, right there, foul. Another Morris clip. Again, sometimes you just got to put your head down and get your body into theirs. Just be physical. I mean, that's a Hall of Fame call right there. But again, using jabs, using fakes, and being aggressive. So again, gets bailed out a little bit. See the fake after the drive. Right foot stays down. Left foot come down to step through. Hangs in the air a little bit, but yeah, Ingram, look at the body right there. But the fake sets it up. He has nowhere to go. You got to go to a fadeaway, but that's a tough fadeaway. So he steps. Ingram gets up a little bit out of his stance like we said he was going to. And then the step through. And then forcing that little hang in the air and then forcing that contact. That's great. Sometimes you just got to put your head down. And that was actually not him initiating contact. That's just him being aggressive, beating Holiday, and then Holiday just having to put a body on him because he got beat. But that was good. That was good defense all the way into the end for Holiday. But that was just being aggressive. LeBron just being aggressive. Again, just initiate contact, man. That's all this stuff's about. Just being aggressive with it. Look right there. I mean, there's nothing they can do anyway. Initiates the contact. Ref has to blow the whistle. All right, they switch, elbow ISO. Again, that should be an automatic elbow ISO right there. If you get a switch right there and you have a 1-3 pick and roll and they have to switch, just go to work. Just put your head down. Little fake after drive, of course. They're going to leave their feet. Look at it again. Right there. And that's it. And you saw the proof. Put your head down, drive it, initiate contact, use your fakes before and after drives. Be aggressive. Understand that defenders are very undisciplined. They're going to foul. They're going to have their hands down at times instead of showing their hands and then make them pay. On the pick and rolls, if you do 1-3 pick and rolls and they have to switch, then roll them to the elbow and go to work. Be aggressive. Have a plan. Get the defender out of their stance. Get them out of their comfort zone and be aggressive and initiate the contact. I hope this brought you some value today, and we'll see you tomorrow. Thanks.